Greetings and salutations, babies. Bonjour, bonjour. I am she of many names. You may know me as Peach, Peach Raki, Venusian Moon, Magic Peach, etc., etc. Ashe, ashe. Butterflies. You give me butterflies, got me flying so high in the sky, can't control the butterflies. Or also that song by, that was Alicia Keys, the song by Tyler, You Give Me Butterflies. That's all I know for that song. Butterflies could be an omen for you, whether it's a nickname, a favorite animal, insect, spirit, guide, guardian, animal, angel. Lilac could be your favorite color, specifically lilac. You could be a purple girly though, you don't discriminate. This is just my oracle deck. This is Flowers of the Night Oracle by Sherilyn Darcy, Miss Darcy. Motorcycles or mopeds could be significant. Maybe you drive one, you want one, you have close friends or a significant other that has one. Braids could be significant. I'm seeing restore, coming back to self is significant. You've been getting a lot of confirmation via spirit guides and ancestors that you're on the track, you're on the right track. On the track, you could be a race car driver or into cars. That song, yeah, Restore. Restore is deliberate and coming out. I'm also getting from Restore, restoring balance, but also restoring community, but then also restoring the self. Because okay, how I see this card, how one of the flowers are bigger than the other, I kind of also see it as ahead of another. So the version of you that's ahead of you is coming into fruition in this very moment. We are every version of ourselves that will ever be simultaneously, yes. We're also developing and growing into these versions of ourselves. Locks could be significant. Could be locking your hair, contemplating it. Green could be your favorite color. Earth, you could be an earth sign or earth significance. Earth bender, earth, wind, and fire. Yeah, you give me butterflies. Alicia Keys, that keeps coming in my head. Also, the song Alvin and the Chipmunks could be significant. Alvin, Simon, Theodore, red, green, blue. Also, I'm seeing red, yellow, blue. So primary colors, primary school, primary education, primary focus. Something about primarily. Something about the foundation of. Sensuality came out reversed. Also, it's an oracle deck, so kind of technically reverse and upright, at least in this case with this deck and my relationship with it, they coincide. So even if something's reversed isn't necessarily a negative aspect, it might just be that you're restoring your sensuality, you're bringing a restoration and balance into sensuality and your emotions. And okay, you give me butterflies. It keeps coming up. The butterflies are present, okay? Something about someone, oh, birds chirping, Lord have mercy, singing. I just saw Shrek and Fiona whenever I love Shrek. Personally, that's a masterpiece. That is a cinematic masterpiece. I say it every time. Whenever Fiona was singing to the birds and the bird exploded. It isn't funny that the bird exploded, but it's also a cartoon, so no animals were harmed in the making of Shrek, I hope. Squirrels, black squirrels. Hopefully, turtle doves, Mrs. Right, mindless behavior. You could be, okay, because all my readings always got some type of love thing going on, which I think is interesting. You can't escape it with me. Bon appetit. If you didn't want to hear anything about love, I'm probably, money, for the love of money. We love our money too. Green. That's why I said earth signs are significant here. You could be restoring, just balancing your own life, how you want to make your money and invest in, and money management and learning, just financial freedom, purity. I want to show y'all my outfit. It's just something chill, but I just want to have a brief intermission. It's a very hot day, so we're keeping it cute. We're keeping it very cute. Yeah, butterflies keeps coming up. Someone has you in cities. How would I say? Shy, bubbly. I'm hearing new beginnings. I'm hearing live and let die. Like maybe there was something, because with sensuality being restored and with emotions being restored, I really feel the significant energy of there was heartache, maybe some Three of Swords energy going on, some betrayal, an array of things, cheating, or oh my goodness, okay, cheating, lying, disloyalty, abuse, neglect, abandonment, things of that nature may be trapped within you. And right now you're restoring the balance in yourself of like trusting again and feeling ease and being okay with the butterflies, because the butterflies are present, honey. There's definitely some deep emotions here. Passions at the bottom of the deck. So 100% there's some deep feelings taking place. I know the only way out is through wisdom. I'm getting that you know exactly what you have to do and come to terms with. I think it is the fact of coming to terms with the reality that you have to go through this. You have to experience it, because the thing with learning and growing and developing is when it's time to learn a lesson, much like with school, you got to take that, the quiz, the exam, and pass through in order to pass that course, pass that section, etc. And that's where you are right now. Like, you're experiencing a prerequisite in a way. Hope. And then the thing is, the reason that you're experiencing this is because you do want more for yourself. You do want that financial literacy. You do want to be emotionally available. You do want to be bold and strong and charismatic. And you want to be all of that comfortably. Bravery, courage, courageous. That's a Christian movie. Transformation, splitting the deck. You're going through changes. Big mouth. Yeah, that song, Alvin and the Chipmunks, that say you had a bad day. You say it out loud. You sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know. You tell me don't lie. Could be some petty arguments taking place that might be keeping you from your person. Unnecessary distance. Live and let die. You know what? I won't speak too much on that song because I have strong feelings about that song. But that's also a Shrek song. Shrek could be significant in your life as well. So maybe it's time for you to watch Shrek again. And if you've never watched Shrek, okay, just watch Shrek. Wait, you don't have to watch all of them. Just watch the first one. Welcome to Blue Lock, you know? I love that movie. A celebration is coming. A celebration is coming. A celebration is here. It feels very, and I love these. These always remind me of making a wish. Two of Cups just came in my mind too. Like maybe there's some offers coming in to you. Maybe a lot of what you've been manifesting and wanting for yourself. The freedom, the liberation, the traveling, the loving freely, the passion, the excitement, the invigoration, you know, it's all coming into fruition. And then I'm hearing repetition, like maybe you've heard this a while, and that's another reason you're so apprehensive, because like you'll hear about love and someone disappoints you or disrespects you, where you realize y'all are out of alignment. You're like, okay, well, whatever, another one bites the dust. Same with just various other things, you know, like not even just relationships. Like you get a hold of some money and you feel like you have to spend your whole check on rent and necessities and things like that. You're just like, okay, I'm living in a constant loop. You know, I keep hearing abundance is around the corner and and it does get discouraging and exhausting to constantly hear these reassuring messages, to the point where you'll ignore angel numbers and things in that matter, because, you know, everyone else is excited. You are no longer impressed. And I ain't the person that's going to be like, oh, no, you have to, like, yeah, shift your mindset. Definitely, you have to shift your mindset. Your mindset is the foundation of your life. Your universe. Your mindset is the center of that. However, I am the first to say, like, I'd be mad at God and them, the universe, etc. Whatever you want to say, however you want to say it. Do I love? Absolutely. Do I hold faith? Absolutely. Respect, honor, Shay, always. Amen, amen, amen. However, I am no stranger to something being frustrating and redundant and annoying, because it does become discouraging after a while. It's like the boy who cried wolf. You lose faith. However, okay, also, like I said, mindset is everything. And also, purpose here on the links. That's interesting. You might have a big cat or a pet cat, or big cats are part of your spirit guides as well. Awareness and patience. Wow, as I'm talking about things coming into fruition, awareness and patience both insisted on saying hello, which I think is significant too, because God's timing is His own timing. We are merely responsible for the present moment. As human beings, we really aren't responsible for the past. We aren't responsible for the future. We are very literally, as every moment passes on, we are only responsible for the moment that we are in. That is the power of now. That is the only way to remain light as a feather with ease. Yes, acknowledge hardships, acknowledge things that traumatize you, frustrate you, hold you back, etc., because that is what the past does. It records. The soul is a, storage unit for all these recordings and documents and That's where the lifetime concepts come in, of like reincarnation and things of that nature. Okay, another conversation for another day. What we are here to do is as simple as breathe, be, love, presence, Presence and centeredness. Because the thing about centeredness is you're going to be upset. You're going to be sad. You're going to be angry. You're going to be annoyed. Whatever the case may be, those are human emotions. They are merely counterparts in the duality to the existence that, you know, of us being happy, of us being excited, you know, surprised, overzealous, whatever the case may be. As above, so below always. So you're gonna feel things, but the fact of the matter is, it's all meant to be learned and accepted and observed and embraced. That awareness, give yourself grace to the fact that you are in a human body and you really are. We are in control of how we can feel about something, but other than that, we aren't in control of when something happens, how it happens, or why. We really just have to be in that space of awareness and acceptance, like, oh, I'm in the third dimension in this meat suit having a physical experience. You are a soul having a physical experience, not a body having a spiritual experience. You are merely an avatar, temporary to this life. And the spirit and the soul lives on. You know, energy doesn't die. It's only transferred. So, you know, that awareness is necessary when having faith in what you're experiencing, because in reality, I'm hearing right here, Ariana Grande. All you can do is be here. Protection is here. You're definitely protected. I think that you might have some apprehension, some fear about experiencing what you're experiencing because of that PTSD from God and them, the universe. We're going to call it like it is. I keep it very real over here. So if you're fragile, and the thing is, I'm real sweet with my realness. You know, it's like having like bitter tea that's going to cleanse your kidneys and really rejuvenate your soul, and it's so bitter and disgusting that you just gotta like sprinkle some honey in there. It's still gonna do what it needs to do. It just goes down a little easier. So I definitely think, you know, but if you can't handle the truth, then it's okay to click off. My heart stays strong. Honey molasses, that could be significant. You're protected. Because the wisdom keeps popping up. The wisdom that you've attained, the experiences, the development, the growth, the self-actualization, the effort, the work, however you were inspired to come into that, however your journey progressed, you did it. You've done the work. So you have to take what you've learned and push forward. You can't take what you learned and be like, I'm scared to learn anything else. Y'all doing too much. Yeah, like they're doing a lot. They're doing a lot. There's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. But this is an oracle deck. Oracle deck. It's an oracle. I'm making a video right now. See, yeah, no. I'm making a video right now. Say again? They look black, that's all. Yeah, it's an oracle deck. So it isn't a tarot deck. It's more just statement affirmations. Am I about to see one of them? Say again? Oh, no, you can't touch my cards. You can buy a reading, though. You can't touch my cards. You can buy a reading, though. She want to ride her bike around the neighborhood before the sun go down. Y'all be easy. Pardon me. Yeah, protection is here. Because self-actualization is here. The reality of who you are. Making a connection with your spirit guides is very important. And it's in the little things. Sometimes we can't always, you know, do the whole altar. Even our altars are, that is like a surefire way of making that connection, like making a deliberate space, same way as when you have children, you create a deliberate specified space for them to experience and develop their individuality. That's what altars do. It's like giving your angels and ancestors a room to do their thing and, you know, stomp, shout, clap, come back to, you know, eat a plate of food that you give to them or drink or whatever the case may be. But also to each their own. If that isn't what you are called to do, if it really is as simple as you just going out and meditating and packing light and, you know, getting rid of polyester or whatever you have been divinely guided to do, you do that, that is already strengthening your connection to source, because that is catering to what you are being guided to do. Everyone's journey is their own. Please heed that as I say that and receive that as I say that. Everyone's journey is their own, Ashe. So yeah, the protection is here and the protection remains as long as that faith, I mean, even when the faith is low, when you're protected, when you're loved, it is what it is. And I say no fear, fear nothing, fear no thing, as everything is coexisting simultaneously in the same dimension. Like, this is a dimension of mortality. And life is meant to be lived. Also, I recognize that fear is a natural human emotion and reaction. So what you really have to dedicate yourself to doing is recognizing that it is true, as repeated as a statement and as often as it's made, God gives battles accordingly. There is nothing going on in your life that you can't handle, no matter how big or small. And there's nothing in your life that you need to be comparing to anyone else's. You know, validate your own pain. Just because someone else experienced something that you never experienced before, it doesn't mean that you aren't hurting. And it doesn't mean it isn't hard for you. And it doesn't mean that you aren't going through the motions. You know, we're all created in the image of God. We're all living our own lives in the image of God and in our creation of godliness essence, whether we want to be tapped in and acknowledging that or not. The air that we breathe is Yahweh. So it's all divine and right on time. Know that you're protected. Buckle up and live your life. Heck, if you don't, the achievements are here. When you buckle up, or shit, if you want to just strap up and pull your parachute and jump from the plane and just swing down and land, however you want to do it. However you want to do it. If you want to mountain climb to your achievements, that's all you. Ashe. Yeah, welcome to Dulak. You might be moving to a new space or stepping into a new energy in a space. You might be declaring your place in a space, which is also a Shek is a vow. Declaring your rightful space and your validity and your entitlement to your life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. There are going to be challenges and hardships along the way, of course. That's how life do. I just heard That's What Love Can Do, Justin Timberlake. Allow yourself to be loved. Could you be loved? Bob Marley and the Wailers. I believe that's the Wailers. And Exodus by Bob Marley and the Wailers. You might be really into Bob Marley. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. I'll challenge you to listening to your first mind. Even if it feels weird, even if it feels awkward, even if it backfires, Because that's the thing about trust, is like it isn't always going to look exactly how you want it to look or exactly how you expect it to look. But trusting in your first mind will help you walk with ease, with trust, with clarity. Like, okay, this is what I feel compelled to do. Instead of finding alternatives or overthinking the possibilities, because that's a gift in itself too, but that's a gift wasted on small things. Like, oh, you walk in the store, you're like, okay, I'm gonna grab this juice or this soda, whatever the case. And you're like, but should I get chips instead? Or should I get da? And you knew before you even walked in the store, you knew you wanted juice. I was thinking about chips. Now you're in the store, you're thinking about chips. Now you're comparing 5 different chips. You could have been out the store because you already knew what juice you wanted. Just get your juice. Get your juice and keep it pushing, and trust that you'll get some chips whenever you're ready for some chips later. Ashe? Pick up what I'm putting down. Sit with it. Because this reading is already almost 30 minutes. I got it. Yes, release, intimacy, visualization. Visualization, that's a big one for me that I would like to speak on. And I'll close out with that. Declare your reality. When I think of visualization, I think of presence. And this reading is really big on presence and declaration and dedication to what you decided you want for yourself. When I think of visualization, I think of coming into the entire essence of where you are now. And then you can also, whenever you get so rooted in where you are now, you know, how now sounds, how now feels on your body, how your body feels in the now, how your brain is thinking while in this now, and also bringing your brain into the very now as opposed to ruminating and projecting something accidentally. You know, my what is it called? I don't want to say lucid dreamers because there's another word for it. My babies who maladaptive daydreaming. That is such a strong form of manifestation. Be careful with that, because you will accidentally bring something into your life that you were defending yourself from multidimensionally, but you brought it into this realm, this life, this timeline, when in reality it isn't even in alignment with this physical vessel that you're experiencing now, because we are also multidimensional beings. Yes. I should just make a TED Talk. When I think of visualization in its most potent, optimal form, I think of grounded, secure presence, ease, embrace of the present moment, so strong that you're able to foresee what you do want for self, and you have a certain acceptance and knowing of it. You become one with this visualization because you're so one with what you are right now. You're so loving of who you are right now that you're able to love the you that you foresee yourself to be. You're so in love with what you're creating for yourself right now that you're able to be in love with what you foresee yourself creating. Ashe? You're so in love with your partner now that you're able to step into a space of unconditionality. That unconditional love for everything that they may become. Because you love them at the center of who they are. Because you love you at the center of who you are. Ashe? So, yes, y'all. Thank you so much for sitting with me today. It's a beautiful day, per usual. The birds are singing and the sun is shining and the trees are absolutely lovely and divine. I am divine. My divinity recognizes the divinity in you. I love you. I do. And I'm so thankful. I'm so full of gratitude for everything I am and all your appreciation in that. Thank you so much. Talk soon, very soon. Ashe.